Hello everyone, this video is part 2 of the lesson Return to Air by Philippa Pearce. This is a story of a girl named Sausage and her first experience of duck diving, which she is actually scared of. So till now we have read that she was deep down into the water and she was coming back, struggling to come back to the surface, and there was change in the color of the water, which was brown black to green brown and then bright lemonade, which was because of the sunlight on the surface of the water. As soon as she was coming towards the surface, the water was quite clear for her. So now we are going to start from here. Never the air again. So this was the situation that she was thinking that she will not be able to come back to the surface and will not be able to get the air. Never the air again. She was scared that she will never be able to get the air again. Then suddenly I was at the surface. She was thinking, and then suddenly she was at the surface. I'd exploded back from the water into the air. She was from the water to the air. That means she came back to the surface. For a while, I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't do anything except let out the old breath which she was holding in the water. I had been holding, and take a couple of fresh quick ones and thread water and hang on that brick. So that was important to get the brick. So that's what she's saying, that I was trying to take fresh air quickly as she was struggling, and thread water that she was trying to move into the water and hang on that brick as well. Pond water was trickling down inside my nose into my mouth, which I hate, but there was air all around and above for me to breathe, to live. And then I noticed they were shouting from the bank. Who were they? Her friends. They were cheering and shouting, "Sausage, sausage," and the instructor was hallooing. Hallooing means shouting with delight. He was quite happy with her performance. So, with his hands round his mouth and bellowing to me, "What on earth have you got there, Sausage?" So he was quite shocked what she has brought from the surface of the water. So then I turned myself properly round. I'd come up almost facing the fishermen. She was at that part where the old chaps were fishing, and the other end of the ponds, but otherwise only a few feet from where I had gone down. So that was all right. That was not the situation actually. I turned round, and that was not the problem. I turned round and swam to the bank. They hauled me out and gave me my glasses to have a good look, as she already mentioned before that she was not able to see properly without her glasses into the water. So that's why when she came out of the water, her friends handed her glasses to have a good look at what she had brought up from the bottom. Because it wasn't a brick. This was sure that she hasn't brought a brick but something else. It was just about the size and the shape of one. The thing which she has brought was quite similar to the size and the shape of a brick, but it wasn't a brick thrown by the instructor. But it was a tin. It was a tin, an old tin box with no paint left on it, and old brown black slime from the bottom of the ponds. So उसके ऊपर जो है properly slime का covering लग चुका था, as it was an old tin which might have been there in water for years. It was heavy as a brick. The weight of the tin was quite heavy because it was full of mud. The tin was full of mud. Don't get excited as we did. There was nothing there but mud. Except mud, there was nothing there in the tin. We strained all the mud, so they have taken out all the mud through their fingers, but there wasn't anything else there. Not even a bit of old sandwich or the remains of a bait. There was nothing except mud in that tin. I thought there might have been, because the tin could have belonged to one of the old chaps that have always fished at other ends of the ponds. They often bring their dinners with them in bags or tins, or they have tins for bait too. It could have been dropped into the water at their end of the ponds and got moved to our end with the movement of the water. Otherwise, I don't know how that tin box can have gotten there. Anyway, It must have been there for years and years by the look of it. So tin को देख के ही लग रहा था कि वो काफ़ी पुराना है, and she was guessing कि वो tin वहाँ पे कैसे पहुँचा होगा because of the old chaps. They might have thrown it in the pond to get the fish, or maybe it was there 4 years ago. They often bring, otherwise I don't know how that tin box have gotten there. Anyway, it must have been there for years and years by the look of it. When you think it might have stayed there for years and years longer, perhaps stayed sunk underwater forever. कि वो काफ़ी टाइम से वाटर के अंदर था, उसकी कंडीशन को देख के एक्चुअली पता चल रहा था. I have cleaned the tin up and I kept it on the mantelpiece. This place on the wall now, that section on the wall is known as a mantelpiece, जिसके ऊपर आप decoration pieces भी रखते हो. At home with my coin collection. So this is the coin collection and this is the tin, which we can see in the picture also. I had to duck dive later for another brick. So this was the case that as she has not brought the brick, and she was not that much feared now. So she was not that much frightened. So she tried duck diving again. I had to duck dive later for another brick and got it all. But this time she got the brick. Got it all right without being frightened at all. So next time when she duck dived, she was not frightened at all, and she was successful to get the brick from the water. But it didn't seem to matter as much as coming up with the tin. So bringing a brick next time was not actually that much important as bringing the tin, because it was her first experience. So she was quite frightened and excited, but the second time the excitement and the fear was gone. So she will always remember this situation. So frightened at all, it didn't seem to matter as much as coming up with the tin. I shall keep the tin as long as I live, as it is a part of a memory, which whenever she will see and recall that this was the time when she for the first time overcame her fear. So this situation, bringing a tin from the water, deep down from the water for the first time after duck diving, with the help of this she got, you can say that she was not fearful much now. She was not frightened, and she overcame from her fears. Whenever she will see the tin, she will recall the same time. I shall keep the tin as long as I live, and I might easily live to be 100. And she was she was hoping that she will live for 100 years, so that 100 years, so that she will always remember the situation and feel happy whenever she recalls it. So this was the lesson. By this story we get to know how when we face our fears, then only we can overcome them. So I hope you have understood this lesson. If not, you can ask the questions in the comment section, and if you have any problem, do let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a nice day.